What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. Today, I'll be doing race 6 for the 2025 Slim Jim 200. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. This weekend, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series has the Martinsville Speedway. The half-mile paperclip that can be chaotic from time to time, put on some really good short-track racing from time to time as well. And we see a lot of iconic moments that take place at this track, known as Martinsville. The last time we ran at Martinsville Speedway, we saw Dale Hemric pick up his first career NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series win. He's back this time around trying to get his second win of the season and locking his way into the championship four with the win at Martinsville. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. But before we're going to jump into picks, let's take a look at the weather for this weekend. So the weather currently at the moment is looking really promising. It's going to be 64 degrees high with 36 degrees as low with a 0% chance of rain with sunny skies. Going to be really cold if you're headed out to the racetrack, especially once the race starts. I think it's going to be in the low 50s, so it's going to be really cool if you're headed out to the racetrack. So make sure you're bundled up and ready to go headed out to the track. But for fans going out, it should be not terrible, but it should be decent weather. But at least it will be sunny and won't be raining this weekend at Martinsville. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the playoff standings as we enter the final race in a round of 8 to determine who is going to the championship four. So Corey Heim is already locked into the championship four with the win at the Charlotte Roval a couple weeks back. Raj Krupe, after a great run at Talladega, is up by 14. Tyler Ingram's up by 8, and Katie Honeycutt is up by 5. Meanwhile, you have Ty Majeski's down by 5. You have Lane Riggs is down by 6. Daniel Hemric is down by 32, and Grant Enfinger is down by 40. Daniel Hemric and Grant Enfinger in must-win situations, while Lane Riggs, Ty Majeski can make it in on points. Should be a very interesting battle headed to the final race of the round of 8. So now, let's finally go ahead and jump into picks. For those who are new to the channel, here's how picks work. I do two suck picks, two drivers I expect to struggle. I don't think got the pace and speed or not that great at the type of track or not in best equipment. I do two underdog picks, two drivers who desperately need a good run who I think will have a good run this weekend or really good at this type of track and under fun equipment. And I do my winner's pick, the driver thinks going to win the race overall. And I do the drivers need to watch out for, and usually for the Craftsman Truck Series, I got 4 drivers need to watch out for along with the race winner. So now, let's jump into picks. Who are my suck picks for the 2025 Slim Jim 200? My first suck pick for this weekend at Martinsville is a driver to 69 truck for MBM Motorsports, Casey Mears. Casey Mears is making his first career NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series start this weekend at Martinsville. And while I think Casey Mears is an alright driver, let's be real and honest, Casey is driving for one of the slowest trucks in the field. Every time MBM Motorsports shows up to the track, they're generally one of the slower cars out there, and unfortunately this time around, I think that's going to affect Casey Mears. Not based on talent, I just don't see the equipment being good enough for Casey to be a factor. It's good to see him making his first start, but like I said, I think it's going to be a struggle. I think Casey's going to likely run outside the top 20, top 25 more than likely, unless they can find some speed, some chaos happens. But I think it will be a struggle for Casey Mears this weekend at Martinsville. The second suck pick for this weekend at Martinsville is the driver of the 5 truck for Tricon Garage, Toni Breidinger. Look, Toni Breidinger, it's cool to see her in the Truck Series, but let's be real, she has been a struggle in the Truck Series so far this year, with I believe only 3 top 20 finishes across the board, and her best finish, I believe, being 18th so far this year. Meanwhile, you have her teammate Corey Heim, who's contending for wins on a week-by-week basis and has 10 wins so far this year. I think Toni, unfortunately, she's going to struggle. She did do okay at Martinsville earlier in the year, but wasn't fantastic by any stretch of the imagination. And unfortunately for her, I think it's going to be a bit of a struggle for her to have a chance and opportunity. Sadly, I think it's going to be a bad run for Toni. I don't think she'll be a factor in any way, shape, or form. I think she unfortunately struggles this weekend at Martinsville. And now we're going ahead and jump on the underdog picks for the 2025 Slim Jim 200. Who are my underdog picks? My first underdog pick for this weekend at Martinsville is the driver of the 1 truck for Tricon Garage, Brent Cruz. Brent Cruz is making his 5th or 6th Truck Series start of 2025. The reason I have him as underdog pick is because he's a younger driver, but I think he could be a threat to win this weekend, considering Brent Cruz was really, really strong when we were at the Charlotte Roval not too long ago, had a dominant truck, and was in the potential to pick up his first Truck Series win. I think Brent Cruz is going to be a factor for a really good run this weekend. I have a chance of him maybe getting a top 5 this weekend potentially. I think the truck will have some pretty good pace and really strong speed. I think Tricon's going to do what they can to bring a good truck for him out to the track. I think Brent Cruz will have a pretty good run this weekend at Martinsville. My second suck pick for this weekend at Martinsville is a driver of the 45 truck for Niece Motorsports, Bailey Curry. Bailey Curry is making another start in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series this weekend, and I have a lot of confidence in Bailey Curry actually running well. The type of track where the Niece Motorsports trucks have looked really good has been the short tracks, and Caden Honeycutt drove this truck earlier this year and nearly picked up the win against Corey Heim and had a chance to pick up the win at the end, though he kind of made some mistakes near the end of the event. But I think Bailey's going to have a good run. I think he's going to have top 10 pace and speed, potentially even top 5 pace and speed by the end of the day as well. I think Niece will bring some pretty good speed out to the track. I think it's going to be a pretty good run for Bailey Curry this weekend at Martinsville. And now we're going to go ahead and jump on to winner's pick for the 2025 Slim Jim 200. Who am I picking to win? The driver who I'm picking to win this weekend at Martinsville is a no-brainer for this weekend. This guy is one of the best short track racers in the country, one of the best short track racers in NASCAR. Has already picked up a win or two on short track so far this year at IRP and, of course, at Bristol. I am picking the driver of the number 34 truck for Front Row Motorsports, Lane Riggs, to pick up his 4th win of 2025, his 6th career NASCAR truck win, and lock his way in the championship 4. I think Lane Riggs is going to go to victory lane. Now, his luck at Martinsville has not been amazing, but Lane Riggs, I think, is a better driver now than where he was last year, especially at tracks like this. And I think Lane Riggs is someone who can come in and do really well and pull it up in the clutch. If we go to a track like this, you can have confidence that he can be a factor. And I think Lane will be able to come this weekend, and I think he gets a victory. I think he locks his way in the championship 4. I think the 34 team is going to bring speed, and even then, he's still going to get a lot of points to put him in self-position. So I think Lane Riggs comes this weekend, has a really good run. I think Lane Riggs will be your guy going to victory lane this weekend at Martinsville Speedway with the Front Row Motorsports team. And now we're going to go ahead and jump onto the drivers you need to watch out for this weekend at Martinsville. Who should you have your eyes out on? The first driver you need to watch out for this weekend at Martinsville is a driver 11 truck for Tricon Garage, Corey Heim. Every single week, whether it's a super speedway, road course, mile and a half, 1 mile track, 2 mile track, it doesn't matter. Corey Heim's always going to be a factor, and he had a really good truck in the race earlier this year and should have won the race in the spring. I expect Corey Heim to be a major factor for the win. I think Tricon Garage is going to bring some strong pace and really good speed out to the track. I think Heim is going to have a good opportunity to get that 11th win of the year. He's been good at short tracks this season, and he's also won at Martinsville before. I think Corey will be a factor for a win this weekend at Martinsville. The second driver you need to watch out for this weekend at Martinsville is a driver, the number 98 truck for Thorspur Racing, Ty Majeski. In the second half of this year, I feel like he's had more speed than he had in the first half of the season. And Ty Majeski, we know, is pretty good at Martinsville. He hasn't won there before, but Ty Majeski has been pretty solid there. I think he is going to be a factor for a victory with this short track experience. Had speed in the spring earlier this year. I think he's going to bring a really strong truck out to the track this weekend. I think the team is going to do what they can to try to get Ty into the championship 4, which then I think he becomes the favorite to win the championship at that point. I think Ty Majeski will have a great chance and good opportunity for a potential victory this weekend at Martinsville. The third driver we need to watch out for this weekend at Martinsville is a driver to 7 truck for Spire Motorsports, Brendan Butterbean Queen. Brendan is making his 3rd Truck Series start, I believe, of 2025, and he's getting a really good opportunity in the 7 truck. He is going to be a factor for the win, because the 7 truck, while it's been a struggle for some of the other Spire trucks, the 7 truck has gone to victory lane with Carson Nosabar and Kyle Busch, and one with Kyle Larson with the 07 truck, which is now the 77. I expect Brendan to be a factor. I think he's going to have a really good truck this weekend. Brendan's a great short track racer, been really good at short tracks in ARCA this year. I think he's going to have a chance and opportunity to do it. I think they're going to bring a really good car for Brendan this weekend, as of course they'll run the Xfinity race on top of that as well. I think he's going to be a guy to watch out for a potential great run. I think Brendan will be a factor for a win this weekend at Martinsville. And the fourth final driver we need to watch out for this weekend at Martinsville is a driver to 38 truck for Front Row Motorsports, Chandler Smith. Chandler Smith has 2 wins so far this year. Both of them are short tracks, North Wilkesboro and Bristol. I think Chandler's going to have a really strong truck this weekend. I think the 38 team is going to bring some amazing pace and speed. I think it's going to be a great day for Chandler Smith to have the opportunity. Chandler, I don't believe, has ever won at Martinsville before, but you know Chandler is going to be a factor, a contender at a track like Martinsville. He's always good at short tracks, always runs up front. He'll be a top 5 factor for sure, if not a winning contender. I think he's going to have a good truck. I think he'll have a great chance, and I think he'll show some great pace and speed. I think he's got a good opportunity to win this weekend at Martinsville. So, those are my race 6 for the 2025 Slim Jim 200. Just a reminder, my suck picks are Casey Mears, Tony Breidinger. My underdog picks are Brent Cruz, Bailey Curry. My winner's pick is Lane Riggs. And the ones to watch out for, Corey Heim, Ty Majeski, Brendan Butterbean Queen, and Chandler Smith. Those are my picks. So that is going to be it for the picks video for the 2025 Slim Jim 200 at Martinsville. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram and support me on Patreon as well. Let's go to the below that and comment below your picks below for this weekend at Martinsville. Who are your picks? Let me know your suck picks, your underdog picks, your winner's pick, and let me know the drivers you're watching out for this weekend at Martinsville. Let me know your picks in the comments below. Tomorrow on the channel, we're going to have a NASCAR news video, discuss news over the course of the last couple of days. We'll talk about the Rajah Caruth news, talk about the other junior motorsports news that broke earlier today, some other silly season rumblings around Christian Eckes and other drivers with Niece Motorsports. We're also going to have the Daniel Suarez potential announcement with Spire Motorsports. That announcement is going to be coming tomorrow afternoon, and we should have Xfinity picks going out, but if I decide not to do Xfinity picks, those will go out on Thursday along with the Cup picks, and then on Friday we'll have a NASCAR news video along with, of course, with the race review for the truck event at Martinsville. Should be pretty chaotic. And then Saturday, Sunday, with reactions to Cup and Xfinity for Mars, along with Cup qualifying reactions on Saturday as well. We got content coming to people like Haley Deegan, Shaman Gisberg, Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, Charlotte Creed, Sam Mayer, Frankie Muniz, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Ryan Preece, Connor Zolich, Junior Motorsports, Daniel Suarez, Clayton Savon, Dodge, Ram, Ryan Preece, all the good stuff will drop on the channel in the coming days and weeks as well. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode. I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content, other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.